Hello?
Hello?
Hi there.
Hello?
Hi, James?
Yeah, I'm here. Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good. Gordon, who else is on the call?
Carmen.
Carmen, hi, good evening.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Excellent. Anyone else? Just the three of us.
Yep. Is this Gordon Wilkie?
It is, yeah.
Are you better?
There was nothing wrong with me. I got caught on a awareness scam when I ticked somebody's like. So you've now got to kind of be. Oh, and that was it. So, good evening. Who else has come on the call?
Hi, Gordon. It's John Kitson.
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Hi, Gordon. It's Karen Holgrave.
Karen, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Did I hear someone else come on the call?
Yeah, hiya. It's Emily and David.
Fantastic. How are you two guys?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Excellent. And who was that I've just heard? Good evening. Who's that just come on the call? Hello.
You know what?
Hi there. Good evening. Who's that come on the call?
Hi, I'm Annette. Hi.
Hi, Annette. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, great. Yeah, good, thanks.
Fine.
Okay, I'll give it 30 seconds or so more, and then we'll get started. And
okay.
In the meantime, let's perhaps get you all to mute the calls. I'll give you an opportunity at the end, maybe to open it up if we've got a bit of time to ask some questions. So if you press star and 0, everybody.
Yes.
And that will mute the call, so I won't hear you saying yeah.
Hang on.
James, you stay on the call.
James?
Yeah.
So star and 0 on your phone, Annette.
Yeah, hang on.
Okay, perfect. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this night's call, Sunday night. And it's quite appropriate to really have this call tonight because, we're just over a week away from qualification. And it's now the time when, the back office really comes into its own. And, for those people that do understand how the system works, it's easy enough to find the information. So we're going to attempt to kind of go through that tonight and share with everybody exactly the information that you need to find out everything else. One of the things that I've found, certainly within my own business, is that it's important to show new distributors the back office as soon as possible. And the reason for that is that there's such a great deal of information there, and it's very important for them to be able to understand that they can access that information sooner rather than later. And I found that to my own amazement that one of the new distributors obviously wanted to reinvent the wheel and kind of design himself. But really, at the end of the day, we've got such a super back office system, we don't have to do anything other than just access it. For those people just come on the call, perhaps you could just do star and 0 and mute yourself on the call so that we can carry on. Brilliant, well done. Okay, so the couple of documents that are on the back office, the Training for Success website, Facebook page, which I really kind of should point you to first and foremost, and that's the Aquila New Distributor Manual, which really goes through how to go into the online office, which is accessed through www.nsa.co.uk, nsaonline.co.uk, and it takes you through how to submit orders, how to go through the if you like, the basics of our business, and it's very important to share that with your new distributors, and also for yourself to refresh yourself all the time as to how that works. And I'm constantly going in and looking at various buttons, etc., and seeing how the team are doing, and you can actually access a lot of information there, and the company are constantly updating it, so that's very important. So the distributor manual is going to help a lot. I've got some other information I'm going to post up after the call, and obviously tonight's call will be recorded, so you can share that with some of your other groups that can't listen to it tonight and really start to access the information. So what I'm going to do, just to start off with, I'm going to hand over to James, because James Sanderson, I know that you use this back office quite a lot, and it's part and parcel of your, if you like, training when you go through the recruiting process. Could you just take us through exactly what you...
Yeah, I mean, I feel that the back office is a really critical element of not only training people about how to function effectively as a distributor, but also I think it's extremely powerful in terms of recruiting people. And I very often use it as part of the recruitment process. So on my iPad, I know I'll just get up the back office site, and I'll show people round the back office site just to familiarize them with it, but particularly for them to see how simple it is to run this as a business. And I think, you know, when we actually look at the back office site, we really begin to think to ourselves, this is amazing, because for £50, people have access to an amazing business, and it's so simple for people to develop customers, sign up other distributors, and effectively, you know, have everything they need at their fingertips to build and develop their business. So, just very quickly, there are a couple of things that I take people through which I think are very, very important. The first thing is, or my first thing that I go to is my customers along the top bar. And I just show them how to add a customer. I show them the difference between a regular Juice Plus customer and also the CHS, which of course then brings up the whole conversation about the CHS program, and people then really, really like that. And I go through and just show people how easy it is to sign up a customer, and we just maybe do a dummy one and just go through and just, you know, just simple things so that people really can see how easy it is to sign up a customer. Then I go through and I show people the My Team section, and I show them adding a distributor. And again, very important that we just go through with people and just explain to them, obviously they need to have their national insurance number. Obviously that's very important for when they're signing up other people, just so they just get the feel of how incredibly simple it is. Now the other thing that I then do also is I go to the top, and I mean, I think we're pretty much all familiar with this, but some people may not be. But if you look at the top, you'll see various different abbreviations of countries, and it says change country. Now, obviously, we're always on GBR, because, of course, that's our country. But there are about 23 other countries that we can immediately access, and we can sign up a customer or a distributor in any of those countries by just simply changing the country code, in a sense, to the site, and then suddenly it becomes a site appropriate for that country, and people can then register a customer or a distributor in that country. And I find that this is really the key thing that people know. They need to know how to sign up a customer. They need to see how to sign up a distributor. They need to see how very simple it is, either of those in another country, just simply from their laptop by just changing the skin of the screen. And they also just would, it's quite good and have a look at the tools and just see the various different training materials that are available. I think that is really all people need, but it's an extremely powerful, I think, part of the recruitment process, but it's absolutely critical that when we first get people going, we go through their back office site with them as quickly as possible. And it's so simple, and once people see that, they go, okay, I got it. And this is how the growth can be so fast, because obviously one moment someone becomes a distributor, the next moment they're signing someone else up, the next moment they're going through this whole process.
Great. Okay, James. And,
okay.
Certainly for, I think, most people on the line, we're all kind of, semi-experienced with this. However, it's actually devoting the time to actually kind of really spend some quality time actually just going through the actual finer points with it in the system and being guided that way. And that's what I'm going to try and do tonight. And as I said earlier on, once you become familiar with the actual site itself, there are certain times of the month that you will then start to access the information. And mine generally starts around about the 20th of the month, when I start to pull off what's called the downline growth reports. Now, if you're actually sitting in front of your computer, you might be able to kind of to go through this with me. If you're not, don't worry about it. We can actually kind of, as I said, it's recorded. You get a chance to go back and listen to it again. But you'll access what I call, it's a printed report. And this is the first thing that I would print off during the course of the month. And I want to see roughly where everybody is in terms of their qualifications. Because what I'm looking for, once you start to build a team, and it may be that you and just a couple of people in the team are there, so therefore you're only looking at 2 or 3 people, which is fantastic. But once you start to build a bigger team, then it's important that you actually help these people achieve the next position in terms of where they're actually heading, in terms of the marketing plan. You also help with the qualifications in actually making sure that they're on track to actually get to the next position, because what's now very important, as we all know, is these bonuses. We have to reconfirm at each level the bonuses that we're actually going to make using the Be Independent program. So it's critically important that we know exactly where we are. Now, as you probably realise, James and I were in Stuttgart over the weekend, and we had a chat to the various kind of people there. We know the challenges we're facing with the office. We know that that's going to get better. I had a long chat to the service director over there, and he reassures us that there's a lot more, if you like, manpower going to be put into the actual office themselves. So we all know that it's something that is a little bit of a suspect at the moment. But the good thing is we can actually find this information out for ourselves. We don't have to wait for the office to confirm it. So this is what I would do first of all. I go into my team. Within my team, almost at the bottom, there's a program called Former Reports. I click onto the Former Reports, and about halfway down, I scroll down, and you will actually see there's an option there which you need to tick, which is actually something called the Downline Growth Report. Now, by ticking the Downline Growth Report, you can actually have it in 2 or 3 different options. You can actually have it for all the countries that you're actually operating in. So for those people that have international businesses, then it's important to see where we're actually going to get some of the volume from. And let me just point this out, that the volume that counts for the Be Independent program is in Europe only. I'll say that again, it's in Europe only. So if you've got volume that's perhaps in America, then that volume does not count for your qualification for the European bonus structure. And it's understandable, because they're going to have bonus structures in different countries. They're not going to pay that out twice. So why would they want to encourage, that particular thing? You're still going to get paid on it, so that's not a problem. But for the purpose of the bonuses, it's only the European volume that you're going to get. So what I do is I pull off this Downline Growth Report. Unfortunately, it's only a principled report. So, if you're used to getting emails on your phone, etc., sometimes it can be quite a voluminous report. I like to kind of print it off, look at it on my laptop, and analyze where everything is. And what I'm looking at here, in terms of this particular report, is I'm specifically looking at the actual performance volume for this particular month, where people are on a particular period in time. And I can scroll across. I also see on that particular report what the promotional value is for a particular section of the volume as well. So what I'm looking at there is to see what the current volume is, but also if they're a senior director or a sales coordinator, what the promotional volume is. And that's very important, because for those first 2 positions, the promotional volume is what actually counts towards your promotion and also towards your bonuses. So it's very important to understand where you are in relation to that. Now, as I said, I start to pull that report off about the 20th of the month, and the reason for that is I just want to take a kind of brain check to start off where we are, but I want to see on a maybe a couple of day basis where the actual report is moving to. I also like to pull this report off on a Tuesday morning. And the reason is that the main computer for the whole of the Juice Plus world, if you like, is located in America. Now, that is updated on a regular basis at midnight in Memphis time, which is roughly about 5 o'clock our time. But I want to make sure that over a weekend that all those figures have been updated, any adjustments that's been done, etc., have actually been included in there. So I let Monday go by for the weekend, and I tend to pull that report off on a Tuesday. And therefore, I can see what the updated figure is. Now, also on that particular form or report section, there's something that I will be tending to look at, maybe not earlier in the month, but I might look at it periodically during the course of the month, but more importantly, from about the 25th of the month onwards, and that's the preferred customer genealogy. And the reason for that particular report is I want to see what orders are physically going to be put out in the next few days towards the end of the month. So it will show me a date for that particular order, where that's going to be coming out, whether it's a new order or whether it's an installment order, whether it's the next installment, and I'll be able to calculate roughly what the actual contribution will be in terms of the volume for that particular distributor, especially when we're looking at promotional positions. So again, that's another report that you have to produce and then analyze it through your laptop. But the good thing is you can actually from there find out a little bit more information by going into your NSA online office, and I'll just talk you through there. And maybe the other report that you might want to pull off on a kind of periodic basis, because it does give you a lot of good information, is the distributor genealogy report. And the reason why that's a particularly good report, it will all give you the details for all the people within your group. So it's going to give you the NSA number, it will give you when they started, it will also give you the email address, etc., and communication details. But what I'm looking at in particular is the NSA number. And the reason why that's important, that if we now go back to the main section and we go into My Customers, and down at the bottom of My Customers, there's an option there which is called Order Analysis. Now, if you click on the order analysis, it goes into another page, and what happens within that order analysis, it actually it defaults to your NSA number. Now, if you want to look at any other person within your own team, then this is where you can actually have the option to change their NSA number here. And then from there, you can analyze what their particular order analysis is for the month. And that's going to give you some important information, especially if you're a senior direct or a sales coordinator. So the form itself, it asks you how many levels you want to do. It defaults to 6, that's fine. The order type that you want to do all types for fast tracking. And the reason for that is that not only are you going to have all the orders in terms of customer orders, but you're also going to have any wholesale orders that have been placed towards the qualification of that particular distributor. Now, the beautiful thing about this particular report is it's actually an on-screen report, so when you run the report, it will actually then come up with all the information that you need, and generally what it says, and when you go down to the bottom of the page, it will tell you how many rows are there. It will also tell you what the total promo PV is for that particular distributor. So what you're looking at across the page, you're looking at the name of the actual distributor in terms of plus the sales order. It's also got the order date and the date it was shipped. It's got the a PVC amount, which is the volume credit amount that you've got, but more importantly, it's got the promo volume. So for a senior director and sales coordinator, that's the volume that you will be adding up, not the volume on the left-hand side, which is the actual amount that was paid to the company. It also gives you who it's shipped to, etc. And then down at the very bottom of the screen, it will tell you the total of all those orders and what they add up to. And that's the very important figure that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the total promo volume. So for those people that went sales coordinator or senior direct last month, reconfirming your positions, etc., or pushing to that next position, then this is a very, very useful report for you to look at, because it will show you at any point in time, as I said, on a Tuesday morning when it's been updated overnight, it will show you the most up-to-date figure that you have that will show you the actual volume that you need. From there, you can look at the customer genealogy report and then add in all the other figures that you see coming through, which will contribute towards the next part of the rest of the month, I should say. So from, say we are here on the 23rd, so for the next 8 days, I can calculate all the orders that will be released from the 24th to the 31st, and that's what I would be looking to roughly calculate where my distributor would be at any one point in time. So that's a kind of very important part of the procedure. And, you know, if you are actually looking at qualifying this month, that's where I would be looking to go. Another part of, if you're in a team situation and you don't have access to their online office, then you can also see, if you go into My Team again, and you want to look at bonus qualifications, and you can actually see there's a report that gives you close to bonus qualifications this month. And what you can actually do, again, it defaults to yourself, you can put in other distributors in there, you can actually have an option there to either look at just your performance bonus or your promote at bonus or both. And you can actually put in a physical percentage as to how far these people, do you want it 75%, do you want 100%, do you want 25% away, whatever the percentage is. So, you know, if we're 10 days away or 8 days away, you know, I'd be looking at who are 75% or maybe even 50% qualified, so that I can see exactly who I need to speak to perhaps help them to get to that performance bonus qualification. Now, I'm not going to go too much into performance bonus qualification and promote at bonus qualification, but I am going to post another document onto the Training for Success website that's going to explain that after this call tonight. But suffice it to say, once you actually get to Senior Direct, and that is the most important position, if you like, within our business, your next goal is to make sure that you become a bonus qualifier or a performance bonus qualifier. And in order to do that, you must do £1,250 worth of volume each month. And the reason for that is that when you start to build and develop a large team, if you're not qualifying for your performance bonus, it's the difference potentially of making thousands of pounds and making few pounds. It's that important. And, you know, for people like James and myself who have been in the business a long time, it's probably the largest part of our check. And that's why it's very important that you understand how to qualify for it. So I'm going to post a document how that works and how the different scenarios. We had a very good training in January at the Reading conference, where one of the guys from America took us all through that. The other important thing is, as you're going through your promotion, as you're going through your development of your team, what you're also looking to do is develop the club system. And the clubs, if anything, are more important than some of the bonuses. You know, we say that, hey, to build a Juice Plus business to the presidential marketing director, you're going to receive along the way £120,000 worth of bonuses. However, by the time you get there, you will have built 100 clubs within your own business that you will be paid on for the rest of your life, and that can be as much as £5,000 to £10,000 to £15,000, depending on how well you've built that. And it's that residual income continue on forevermore, and that's the most important part. So the performance bonus, the clubs, and the promote at bonuses are very important. Now, just one of the last things that I'd like to say about the back office system and this time of the month is that if you are a sales coordinator and you're pushing towards that senior sales coordinator position, the information that I've told you about going into the order analysis, that is only going to be a guide for you, because what you will be judged on from sales coordinator and above, from senior sales coordinator, qualified national marketing director, and national marketing director, is the actual volume that that the company receives. So you're actually paid on what's called pay line volume. So your downline growth report will show you a total of pay line volume for the whole, it will show you a total of volume that is actually going through your group. Now, the most important thing to access all of that volume, what you have to do is you have to build qualifying businesses wide. So to get to senior sales coordinator, you must have 2 qualifying businesses, or PB businesses. To get to qualify national marketer, you must get 3, and to get to national marketing director, you must get 4. And at each level, the more wide the businesses are, the deeper you get paid within the organisation. For instance, I get paid now down to 5 levels, which is the maximum you can get paid, and I access that because I've got 6 businesses wide, but I only really need 5 to qualify every single month to get paid down to that 5 levels and 5 generations, and that's very, very important that you actually build that width within your business as well. So once you're actually kind of building and developing your team, it's important to develop the depth within your team by helping them grow, as you like, to senior directs, but it's also important to develop the width of your team to develop the size of your check, and that's also equally important. So that's really as much as I'd like to say at this stage. I'm happy to open the line for a couple of questions. We've got about 4 to 5 minutes to go before the half hour. So anyone got any burning questions? James, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
No, I mean, the only thing I'd like to say just very quickly is my perception from Germany, from the conference in Germany. But perhaps we could leave that to the end.
It's Carmen here. I just wanted to know, this is the first call of these that I've been on, and I just wondered how often you do them, and what is the Training for Success website or Facebook page. I've not heard about that.
Carmen, who's your upline?
You are.
Oh, am I?
No, sorry, who are you? Gordon, sorry?
Yes, I'm Gordon.
No, James is.
James is
Peter, yeah.
Okay, Peter, right, okay. So what you would need to do is obviously get Peter to get you into the Facebook
okay,
page.
well, I'd
he
rather...
sit down with you, yeah.
No, I'd rather...
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. But the calls, I'll put you onto Facebook. If you send me a friend's request, Carmen, I'll add you into the Training for Success Facebook page.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, no problem. Any other calls relating to the call tonight?
Yeah, Gordon, I've got a question, please.
Yeah. Who's that, Karen?
Yes, it's Karen. Do you know when you're doing your customer analysis report?
Yeah.
And you get your figure at the end for your whole team volume?
Yeah.
If I run the report on current months, it gives me a different figure rather than running the report from the 1st to the 24th of the month. What's the difference in those 2 figures, and which one am I meant to be looking at? The volume at the end is different. If I run the report now on my team on current months, it'll give me a specific figure.
Right.
And if I run the report again and I put in the date from the 1st of the month to the 24th of the month, it shows a different figure. So I don't understand which one I'm looking at.
That's the first time that's news to me. I would have certainly thought that it was exactly the same figure.
No, it's not the same. It's not just me. It's on a few of my team members as well. So I'm a bit unsure why the difference. And which number should I be looking at?
I just ran it for someone else, and it's exactly the same figure.
Was it?
Exactly the same figure.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would be exactly the same figure. I mean, we can look at your particular situation in isolation, but I just ran it just now for somebody, and it's exactly the same figure.
If you're running the report yourself, do you do it on the current month, or do you put in a date from the 1st to?
No, I just do it on the current month. I never change the date because I'm actually making sure that I'm just running it for the current month. If you were looking at it within an individual date, I wouldn't really know why you would want to look at it in the individual date, other than the fact to see, what orders have been placed, particularly then. But I would just do it for the current month. I never fill in the order dates between those two dates.
That's okay. That's fine then. Thanks, Gordon. That's fine.
Okay. So, Karen, for instance, yourself, you've got to be looking at the sales coordinator position, and, now is a very critical time for you to see where you are and to sit down, with Mark and map out and plan, how far you're away from the next position and who you can actually, or how much volume you needed to move on to the sales coordinator.
Yeah, that's what we've been working on this week and speaking about.
Good.
I'm helping my team now when to get to DD, when to get to SDD.
Yeah.
And just working out my 60-40 to see what's left, get somewhere the leg.
Yeah,
so,
well done.
so I'm, we're working hard on that this week. It's going to be a busy week.
Yeah, good. Well, listen, that's why it's time that I have this call, so that you can understand, some of the mechanics in terms of where we are and what we need to do. Yeah,
that genealogy report is a good one. I've made a lot of notes on that, so I'll be looking at that tomorrow. Good.
Okay, Doug.
Okay,
Any other quick calls? Any other quick questions, I should say? Okay, well, listen, thank you very much, everybody. As I said, this call will be recorded. We'll put it up online, and I've got another document which I'm going to post all about the qualifications for the POB in clubs, and it explains that in a little bit more detail, and that will be posted up tonight as well. So if your downline are not on the Training for Success page, please either put them on and then I'll add them to the actual page itself, or get them to send me a friend's request on Facebook, and I'll add them in, or Michelle will add them in. If you do one or other of us, then we'll manage to make that. So thank you very much for your time, and good luck for this week, this month, and I'll catch you all down whenever I see you. Okay, bye-bye.
Well done. Bye.
Thank you, James. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.